Hi guys, we're over m24.com and today we will disassemble the Xiaomi RedMi 10. First of all, we need to warm the surface of the back cover up to 65-70 Celsius degree or 158 degree Fahrenheit. For this we use a heating mat, you can use a hair dryer. And we place our smartphone on the heating mat. We need to periodically change the position of the phone to warm the whole surface of the back cover because the camera's cover is slightly protruding and prevents it from warming the back cover in all places at once. As we can see, the temperature increases to what we need. And after 5 or 7 minutes of heating, we can move on to the assembly. But first we need, and it is important, to take out the card tray to avoid problems with the detaching the middle cover. Using a special tool, we push the button in the hole, the mechanism pushes out to us the combined SIM and memory card tray. The tray is a bit stuck and we help to remove it with the tweezers. Moving on to removing the back cover. We're using a thin plastic film. We put the film in the hole between the middle cover and the back cover and gently move along the cover. There is not much under the cover, but we still have to be careful. The cover is also glued around the camera's cover, so we have to be careful too. And we can open the back cover. There is nothing presented on the back cover except for the gasket. After, we can unscrew the screws at the top. For this we use a Phillips #3 screwdriver 1.5 mm. The screws are all the same, nevertheless, it is recommended to put them on a separate surface and in the correct order for reassembly. And we detach the camera's cover, which hides the cameras and the fingerprint sensor connector. To disconnect the fingerprint sensor connector, we use a non-metal tool. Then we unscrew the screws on the bottom. For this we use a Phillips #3 1.5 mm screwdriver. The screws are all the same, jade colored, medium size. And we move on to detach the middle cover. It is held on by clips, so we take a thin plastic tool or plastic film, move the tool along and detach the middle cover. We also have to be careful around the fingerprint sensor and the side buttons, so we don't damage anything. At this point, it is not clear what was holding the cover in place, either a stuck screw or it is glued to the display frame. On the middle cover we have the transmission lines and pads for antennas, fingerprint sensor and the speaker. We disconnect the battery connector with a non-metal tool. After that, disconnect the coaxial cable connector and disconnect the interboard cable connector. Now we can detach the subboard. The subboard is held in place by hooks or fasteners. Gently release the hooks on the subboard and remove it. On the subboard we have a microphone, charging port, and on the back side are the spring contacts for the speaker. Now we go to removing the rear cameras. We pick up the connectors and remove the two large cameras. Then we can detach the two smaller cameras. The smaller cameras are quite similar, but the connectors are different, so we can mix them up and put them in a different place. Then we can gently pick up the front camera and peel off the copper thermal tape. It is best to keep the tape undamaged and reuse it when reassembling. And we disconnect the display connector and coaxial cable connector. We also detach the cable from the holder on the motherboard. Okay, we move on to removing the motherboard. Carefully pry at the edge where the fasteners are located and gently remove the printed circuit board. As we can see, we have some thermal paste on the back side. All we have to do now is remove the battery. We need to unwrap the brown tabs A and B, and we need to read which one of the tabs we need to pull. And from the description it became clear to us we have to pull the white tab with the letter A up. Without much effort, we were able to remove the battery. And in the display frame, we still have the earpiece speaker and vibration motor. That is the end of our disassembly. Thank you for watching and see you around. Okay guys, now we're done. Thank you for watching. If you like what we do, please consider subscribing to our YouTube channel, read our articles on our website. Take care of yourself and until next video.